Hi everyone, this is Rohit here. I want to show you how to do MCU firmware update over Bluetooth in this video. So in order to do that, you start Abeeway Updater, and then you can pick up the binary file from this checkbox that you see here. And then I'm going to pick up the binary file, and here you pick up the binary file that is compatible for your tracker. If you pick up the wrong binary file, the tracker would not be usable anymore. So for my case, it's microtracker v3.0. I'm going to pick up the binary file. Then you select this option, which is to have MCU firmware update over BLE, and you will need to put here the dev UI. So in order to do that, you can always look for the dev UI from this UI. So here you can see my dev UI is here. So I'm going to just put that number F0171123455B. Okay, so now I'm gonna start the tracker, and it is important that the tracker is advertising over Bluetooth, because in this demo you're not connected to the tracker over USB port. So for a micro tracker and smart badge, there's a special bit in the config flags that need to be set. It is called the BLE advertising bit. In the case of compact industrial tracker, you have to send a downlink to activate the Bluetooth advertising. So I'm gonna turn on the tracker, and you hear this melody. This is the melody that tells you that the tracker is advertising itself. If you do not hear this melody, you restart the tracker, and if you still do not hear it, you have misconfigured the config flags, and please read the reference guide of the firmware or the Abeeway Updater reference guide to turn on this specific bit. Once you're advertising the tracker, you put the dev UI, you put the binary, and then you can click. You can also select the config file, which is specific to your use case. So here I'm going to select the B2C app config file. Okay. So what is happening here is that the Abeeway Updater connects to tracker over Bluetooth, over the air, and then it is flashing the MCU firmware binary. And this process on a standard computer takes up to between 2 and 3 minutes. And once this file is transferred, the tracker will reset itself after 60 seconds. And once the tracker resets, it will trigger a LoRaWAN join on the network. So we recommend that after or during the firmware update process, the tracker is in the range of LoRaWAN network. So it is connected to the network as soon as this process is finished. And you can see in the very bottom the status of the flash of the file. If at some point you move away from the tracker or there is some interruption over the Bluetooth signal, there is no harm. After about 20 seconds, the tracker will reset itself. If it does not, if it experiences a loss of Bluetooth connection. So let's wait for this to finish. So you can see here during 60 seconds the firmware update is going on. Once you have transferred the file completely to the tracker, and now you have to wait for 60 seconds, and then the device will reset and will look for LoRaWAN network, and this will complete the process. So we just let it finish. All right, so the firmware update is completed. And because my tracker is connected over USB, just for the sake of this demo, you can again retrieve the dev UI. But of course, if you are not connected over USB, the firmware update will still work if you check this option to do MCU firmware update over BLE. And if you're not connected over USB, you will need to put the dev UI of the tracker manually, because that is what is used to search the tracker over the air. And now you can check the firmware version because I'm connected over USB. I can do check BLE version, check MCU version. And you can see here the MCU firmware version is 22198 and the BLE firmware version is 33196. That's all, folks. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.